Imagine someone suddenly handed you an enormous amount of money. Would you still be the same person? Or would your true nature finally reveal itself? There was a man who believed people are never exposed by words, only by power, fear, and money. And he was willing to prove it at any cost. His name was Salim, a mysterious man living alone in an ancient mansion outside the city. He wasn't just wealthy. He understood the hidden weakness inside every person who sat before him. He used to say, "If you want to discover who people truly are, give them power, fear, or money." But Salim wasn't searching for truth alone. He wanted to know who could be controlled, who needed to be broken, and who could be used without ever realizing it. One dark night, he invited 5 people into his mansion: a loyal friend, a respected priest, an honest police officer, a successful businessman, and a poor young man who believed life had betrayed him. Salim looked at them calmly and said, "Tonight, each of you will be given an opportunity that could change your life forever. But in return, I want to see who you really are." At first, they thought it was only a game, but Salim never played games. He simply placed the perfect temptation in front of each person, because he believed one thing above all else: never force a person to fall, just offer them what they secretly desire, and let them destroy themselves willingly. He gave the police officer authority. For just one day, he became head of security inside the mansion. Within hours, the man began shouting at servants, giving orders, humiliating others, enjoying the feeling of control. The same man who preached justice his entire life became intoxicated by power the moment he tasted it. Watching from a distance, Salim whispered, "A man who craves control only needs a small throne to reveal the tyrant inside him." Then he handed the businessman a suitcase full of cash. "Take it," he said, "but tell no one." The next morning, the man trusted nobody. He locked doors, hid the money, and looked at everyone with suspicion. The money did not make him free. It made him its prisoner. Salim smiled. Money doesn't just buy people. Sometimes it buys their fear. As for the priest, Salim led him into a dark room and said coldly, "There is someone in this mansion who wants you dead." Everything changed. The calm, faithful man suddenly became paranoid. Every sound terrified him. Every shadow felt like danger. Fear stripped away his peace and revealed a truth most people hide from themselves. Faith becomes fragile when death feels close enough to breathe. But the cruelest test was saved for Salim's oldest friend, the man who once told him, "I would never betray you." Late at night, Salim entered his room, carrying a contract and a fortune large enough to change his entire life. "All of this is yours," Salim said quietly, "in exchange for my secrets." Silence filled the room. The betrayal did not begin when the man accepted. It began the moment he hesitated. Because when someone truly considers betrayal, part of their soul has already fallen. Minutes later, he sold everything. Salim didn't scream. He didn't rage. He simply smiled and said, "Never search for traitors during peaceful times. Wait until the price is high enough." Yet the biggest surprise came from the poorest man in the room, the one everyone underestimated. Salim offered him money, threatened him with fear, tempted him with power, and the young man refused every single thing. For the first time that night, Salim was silent. "Why?" he asked. The young man answered, "Because I watched everyone become slaves to what they desired. One became a slave to power, another to money, another to fear, and another to betrayal. I refuse to lose myself the same way they did. Salim slowly stepped closer and said, "You are the most dangerous one here." The young man frowned. "Why?" Salim replied, "Because the man who cannot be bought cannot be controlled." That night, Salim understood something terrifying. True power does not belong to the richest man, or the strongest one, but to the person who knows his value and refuses to sell it. But nobody left the mansion unchanged. The officer became a servant to his ego. The businessman became a prisoner of his wealth. The priest became ruled by fear, and the friend became chained to his own shame. Only the poor young man walked away free, and before they left, Salim gave them one final lesson. Never reveal your intentions to people. Reveal theirs instead. Give them what they desire. Then watch who they become when they think nobody is watching. Now ask yourself honestly, if someone gave you power, money, or fear, would you still remain the same person? If you made it this far, comment. Truth appears under pressure. And don't forget to like, share this story with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Legends of Thought for more dark psychological stories.